Misidentified. A local father is told by the medical examiner's office that his missing daughter was dead. But months later, he learns it's not true. News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey explains what happened, how it happened, and what's being done to ensure it never happens again.
In 2021, Shanice Cruz dropped off her 2 children to family members and disappeared.
I looked for her for 3 years, hard. I never gave up.
Her father, Mark, even hired a private investigator who tracked Shanice to Detroit and believes she became involved in a religious cult.
So we just went on with our life, just raising the kids, because she was 28 years old when she left us. So, she's a grown woman.
But in April of last year, a Rochester police officer showed up at the door.
We sat to inform you that your daughter, Shanice Cruz, has passed away. If you need to know anything else, go to the medical examiners.
So the family rushed to the Monroe County ME's office.
So when I went to go try to identify the body, they was like, your daughter been in here since February, and it was April then. And the state of her body, and you can't come in and see her.
The body was found in this wooded area along Hudson Avenue. The medical examiner's office told the family that they identified Shanice using dental records.
Mark had the body cremated and held a memorial service for his daughter. Months of grieving went by until one day he got this picture from a stranger on Facebook. It's Shanice in Detroit holding up a certificate dated November 2024. The family raced back to the medical examiner's office. They were asked if one of Shanice's children could provide comparable DNA.
They took the DNA test, submitted it, and it's not a match.
Shanice is not dead. Those remains are not her.
Who is this female that we have in the urn?
The ME's office asked for the ashes back, and here's when a bad situation gets even worse. The family mixed the remains with Shanice's mother's and put them in jewelry that they all wear.
Now we don't know who acid that we mixed with her deceased mom.
The medical examiner refused my request for an interview, so I went straight to her boss.
How on earth did something like this happen?
Obviously, no family should ever have to go through what this family is going through right now. And my understanding of it was they did have the remains of someone that had a dental record that could be matched. And so they go through the process they go through, and they found what they thought was a match. Frankly, it was actually looked at now by 2 other professionals who looked at it and said it is a probable match. And there are also other things that could take place and other factors there. So that's what's being investigated now.
They're looking into the possibility that someone used Shanice's identity and insurance information to get dental work done, which generated the dental record the ME used to identify the body.
This is turning into a very unusual case for every professional we've talked to who's looked at this.
What changes have you asked for to try and ensure that this doesn't happen again?
So I've set a number of policies in place. Number one is that we do have a new contractor that's working on it. We've asked for a second opinion, particularly on this case, to get to the bottom of it. We decided to change the policy so that when a match is made between an individual and a dental record, we're also going to engage in DNA testing with family members to back up the work that was done with the dental.
Is it more expensive to do the DNA in addition to the dental records, or why hasn't that been the policy?
These are decisions that are determined by the medical examiner, and it's based on what they have in front of them.
That is of little comfort to the Cruz family.
I think they rushed to close a missing person case. I truly believe that. And I never thinking that this would happen, because if this would have never happened, I was going to just learn how to live without my daughter, thinking she's deceased. It's just devastating, man. I won't wish this on nobody.
But he's holding out hope that this at least gives him one more chance to reach his daughter.
I just want to know I love her and she can come home anytime. We miss her. I got to find my daughter. Too many sleepless nights,
Mark is hoping Shanice might see this story and come home if she can. Experts I've spoken with say it is not uncommon for people living on the streets or those who have been trafficked to share insurance information to get the medical care they might need. Deanna.
Yeah, as a parent, that's just heartbreaking. So, Jen, just last year, our investigative team reported on this backlog of bodies at the ME's office. Now, because of that reporting, the county hired more people to help identify bodies faster. And this happened in the middle of all that, right?
Yeah, that's the irony in this whole thing. And it's something I spoke at length with the county executive about. I'm posting our extended interview about all of this at WHEC.com.
I just can't get over Mark's grief.
Yeah.
Okay, Jen, one last question.
Yeah.
If the body wasn't Shanice's, who was it?
That is a question, Deanna, that we may never have an answer to. It is considered a cold case, but there are DNA records despite the cremation. The county says the ME's office will continue to work on it.
Wow, what a story. Thank you so much.